Hello, everybody. This is Mr. Voiceover. We're doing something a little special tonight. We're going to do a recording with Jazzy Jaz. She's going to do the recording of "To Love You Is to Love You from Afar." It's part of the song of the concert they're doing for her that includes the story of
We
Hazardous
want to do
Triple
some
X.
recording now. Where do we want to do it? I think
Bandstand,
we're going to go to
please.
her studio.
We want
Let's
it
go to
done
her
at the
studio.
bandstand. That's the
See,
new
I lost
studio
something
we
on
built
last
for
data, so
the manager Sally and the band. Um, Jesse, you're up. Jazzy Jaz, you're up. We need you at
all right. I
bandstand,
keep forgetting I'm
please.
on the mic. Okay.
Hey, hello
Ridiculous.
everybody. Old
All
Grizz is here.
right. Look at this.
I'm doing some voice acting. Mr. Voiceover. I figured maybe change up the two different voices so that when I'm doing one, you'll know it's Old Grizz, and then I'll do Mr. Voiceover. So I'm gonna work on that a little bit. So we're gonna polish that up. But this is kind of special clip. This is my clip. Remember I was talking about we are gonna
This
record
is
"To Love You Is to Love You from Afar," which is one of the songs on the playlist, and it has to do with a couple members of Hazardous Triple X and the task force and the relationships and not being allowed to be together because
see
of
we
their
can find my
ranks and
Okay,
their
Jazzy.
professional
I think you need. They
their
want.
professionalism that keeps them
You got the
apart
coordinates now. They want you back at
and love the
the
individual from
regular
afar,
stage
that kind
area
of
with the
thing.
new
So that's what the song's
studio.
about.
They want to do some filming there. So if you want to head back,
Because
all right.
part of the story, is that
And then I think that's where we're
I
going
think it
to
was
record
the captain of Sugar Rush
"To Love You."
had a
Is to Love
thing
You from
for
Afar.
one of the
The
members
song that
of
they used to tell the story
Hazardous
of
Triple X.
Hazardous Triple X.
but because she was a
so
commander,
we need to go back to the main
the other was enlisted,
stage.
she couldn't do
Say
anything,
bandstand.
right?
That's what it is.
Because of her professionalism and
Bandstand has
her honor and her loyalty
the
to
guitar,
Captain
so
Barron, which was captain of Hazardous Triple X. She kept her silence, she kept her distance, and that's where that "To Love You Is to Love You from Afar." And
We'll
when
plug in when we get all
something
set up.
happened
I'll
with
be
the
back.
Captain Baron, it's like she wanted to go, but she couldn't because, like I said, her rank and her position and stuff like that, she couldn't offer the comfort she'd like to, so she kind of suffered herself in silence. And that's what the songs is kind of about. It's kind of something I wrote down when I was kind of going through this, and that was one of the storylines I was developing. Hats Kohler, I think her mass senior, was it senior master sergeant? I'll have to look up again. But she she married. She was Captain Barron's wife. She is kind of like the engineer of Hazardous Triple X. The story goes that she started out as enlisted, and she came up through the ranks. She knows the ship inside and out. She considers it her ship, and she keeps it running. And she's probably the highest ranking individual on the ship, next to the captain. And the captain now would be her son that moved up into the captain spot when Captain Barron uh, met his end. Like I said, that's another story. I'll have to develop that one. But like I said, so and then the captain of the Sugar Rush, she had, yeah. So that's that story there. But like I said, she can't say nothing. She couldn't say nothing all these years. So she's been nothing more than just a good friend, and she's kept her feelings to herself. And there's another relationship in there somewhere similar
Hello,
to that.
Jazzy. So good to see you made it. We're
we
gonna
go.
get the band
We're gonna
together.
do some recording.
We want to do a recording of "To
So
Love You Is to Love You from Afar."
this is the new studio
Okay.
we built.
Give us a
The
minute
theater.
to start.
There's two
Manager
cameras
Sally
up
setting
top.
Things up, and
They got
we'll
a
get the
spare
rest of the
camera
band
back in
here, okay?
this
All right.
workshop.
We'll be right with you.
There's
Jazzy.
There's Jesse's drums. So I'll get Jesse in here. We'll do some drumming. But okay, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna let Jazzy do her thing, so I won't interrupt her recording.
Oh, for further review, I realized there is no audio here.
I do have some bass that we did this weekend playing in the background here, along with music from Share Factory as well. And I have manager Sally here. She's starting to prepare for the recording, and she's doing her normal checks, what she normally does. And there's a little workshop up here, one of many, where she can make her connections between the different technical devices and creating different sounds and recordings and capturing images of the band and what's ever going on stage down below. And she's responsible for all the backstage and the marketing, the photographs, the getting the still pictures and stuff. And she accidentally climbed out the roof. One of the things with Lego World is you can glitch through things, so it's kind of fun to play with. It's kind of neat too to like maybe create something and then just like in an actual Lego set, you can play with it,
Okay,
right?
Jazzy Jazz, we're almost all ready for you. Got a few things to check out here. Yes, sir. Okay. All right, Jazzy, you're up.
Sally has the camera ready to roll. It's on you, Jazzy. We're set up for you. Give us to love you is to love you from afar, please.
Okay, Jazzy, you're up. Okay, let's see what you can do.
Um, she's saying something about. Alright, to love you is to love you from afar. To love you is to love you from afar. To love you is to love you from afar. Love is love, another only thing we can do for our love. To love you is to love you from afar. To love you is to love you from afar. Your house is the pain and the loss of a loved one. Just wanna hold hands up with you. My heart aches and silent grief. I can't tell no one to suffer alone. Love you is to love you from afar. To love you is to love you from afar. I promise to love another. Only eternity can undo. For our love. And to love you is to love you from above. Hey, that's the first rough draft.
Recording of To
There
Love You
you
As
have it,
Apart.
folks.
Thank you there,
The
Jazzy.
first recording.
We got that. We're going to see what we can do with it, okay?
Love you from afar. Lead vocal.
Yeah.
Jazzy
We'll put a
Jazz,
mic up front
folks.
for you. How's that?
This has been Mr. Voiceover for ELE Studio and Sons. Bill Adeno Grizz says, we got our first recording of To Love You From Afar. Take it away, Mr. Editor. Wow, that's awesome. There it is. Yeah, that's the first recording. To love you is to love you from afar. And yes, it's
Okay, Jazzy,
what
try
I
it out. What do you
recorded
think?
earlier, and I sped it up to get the voice of. There it is. The voice of Jazzy Jazz. I love it. I was always wondering how to do it, but I think this will work. Okay. She probably rehearses or learns and hangs out with a prairie dog family that helps out at the Coaster Planet here at ELA Studios. That's cool. I love it. Well, the first time the first recording that we got here, I made sure I wasn't speaking. I turned the music down, so it was
right,
just her
that's good.
recording.
Thank you, Jazz. Is that better mic for you?
There we go.
Huh?
We got her.
Like that?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to try it again.
I like it.
We're gonna do more. This is the first rough draft.
Like that first day when the band comes together and everybody
Yes.
plays what they've learned up to that point.
Oh, I
and it
remember those
sounds
days.
atrocious. And usually maybe there's one or two bright spots in there. But
Band
for the rest,
director
it's
gives
like,
you the
oh, my
music.
word.
You're supposed to go
then
home
you
and
know, you
practice,
just
and then you
gotta,
come back
dig in
Monday.
start to
And that
practice
first time
actually
everybody
put it
tries to
together.
play that number,
So once
it's like,
again, thank
oh my
you,
word.
Jazzy. We appreciate it.
But
And,
after a
we're
couple,
gonna
after
do
about
more.
a week or so, then it starts
And
coming
we'll get
together.
the rest of the band here.
Kind of cool to
And
experience that.
once again, thank you, Jazz. You have a good day.
I've
and we'll do
never
some more
actually
work later.
played with a rock
Sally has to
band
see what it
type
sounds like, so
thing. I've
we'll do
jammed
some
with
work
others
in the
before.
studio on this.
I've played
Turned
tuba
out pretty cool.
on stage
There's-
with the band.
Nope.
Marched with the band in
There's
high
manager
school.
Sally.
Now I've marched
So
in the
we'll
Air
see.
Force. I marched when I was. We tried to march when we were Boy Scouts. You know, hey, we gotta do. You know, and they tried to do it, and
Hey.
we did okay
Well-
for Boy Scouts and not knowing what facing movements and stuff were. I learned later in the Air Force. We did some razzle dazzle stuff by the end of basic training. That was pretty cool. See, we had two TIs. Our main TI when we first started out, kind of, he was new at it, so we were kind of his like he was hoping for us to become really good and become honor flights and stuff like that. The other one was a buck sergeant. He'd been in a while, but he was a buck sergeant. But he was pretty cool. I like him. And he turned out to be. He started out like a really badass. He wasn't as bad as what's his name from Full Metal Jacket. I don't want to mess up his name, but it was close to that at first. And then as we went through basic training, as we got towards the end, he realized we weren't going to be honor flight. So he kind of backed up and eased up a little bit. And he started to teach us how to be good airmen so that we could go out into the Air Force and be productive. And one of the things he taught us, it was razzle dazzle. So a lot of times once you hit that point and you're really good and you've been there a while, you come marching into chow with all the newbies, and they're watching you doing all this razzle dazzle stuff before you come to a halt and then go into chow. It was pretty cool, and that instills pride. Everybody's looking at you, and you put the thumb on the lapels and go, "Yeah, man, we had a good TI." He was a good TI, and everybody that helped me through basic training and test school, thank you guys. It was a good experience. Script clip, Mr. Voiceover, please, and slide it down, please. Hey, Mr. Voiceover, slide it down a bit more. We need some room.
For
Script
Jazzy
clip.
Jaz.
Cut,
And we're gonna
print,
start
and
recording.
post. Put it in the cannon on the shelf from ELC Studios in Sons, Fillet, and Old Riss. Thank you for watching and thank you for following. This has been Mr. Voiceover. Happy 4th of July, happy Canada Day. Thank you, Mr. Voiceover. And there you have it. The first recording of To Love You is to Love You from Afar.